evening meditation. Just going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour or so. Putting your phone on mute or silent. Going to be meditating on Course in Miracles workbook lesson 198 today, which is all about condemnation. It's a very profound lesson, as they all are. So sitting comfortably somewhere in your favorite meditation posture. It could be sitting on a chair, just sit with your feet shoulder width apart. Cup your hands in your lap, keep your back straight. Close your eyes. You could also sit cross-legged on the floor, on a bed. Just support your back if you need to. Main requirements of any meditation posture are to make sure you're comfortable and you keep your back straight. So we're going to be doing some breath work and raising the life or kundalini energy up the spine as we do that. So making sure your eyes are closed, you're nice and comfortable, back straight. Start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just breathing in, pushing the stomach out, blowing it up like a balloon. Clench the sphincter muscle. It's the muscle used to contract the flow of urine or squeeze the last drops out. That locks the energy in and it creates a pumping action. So you pump the energy up the spine. Simultaneously draw it up the spine with your breath. Feel this warm wave of energy rising up into your heart center. Put one hand on your heart. Just connecting in with your heart space, bringing your mind completely into the present moment by putting all your attention on the breath and the subtle sensations of the breath. Breathing in again, another sip of air, just feel this warm wave of energy rising all the way up the spine into the crown of your head, like a wave cresting in the crown of your head. Just pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. Breathe. So just take one more sip of air in to top yourself up. And in this stillness now between breaths, just scan your mind and notice any thoughts or emotions that are at all judgmental or condemnatory in nature. So could just be a minor irritation with someone, calling that person a stupid or an idiot, mentally, or too intense anger, rage, hatred. You really feel like you want to attack and hurt that person or people. Be very honest with yourself. It requires a lot of honesty to do this work. So just really look within and look at those thoughts. Feel the emotions related to them. Take another sip of air and just to top you up. Notice how this feels in your body. The body sensations are a cue, subtle cue to show you whether you're in or out of alignment with love and peace. So if you're out of alignment, if there's condemnation going on, judgment, you'll find that there's usually not very pleasant body sensations going on. Maybe there's a tightness in your stomach, a knot, a sinking feeling, a block in your chest, clenched jaw, clenched fists, dry mouth, sweaty palms, cold sweats at the extreme, nausea and panic attacks can come just from your thoughts. So notice wherever you are on that spectrum. Even a minor frustration or irritation will often provoke a little clenching of the jaw when you think about it, or clenching of your fists, or tightening, a tension in the body. Just notice all of that. Just breathe into that again to top yourself up with air and just feel like you're willing to let it go. You're just willing to let all this condemnation and all the unpleasant emotions and physical sensations that go along with it go with the help of your breath. So just blow them all out like black smoke out of your mouth. Just letting it all go. Into the nothingness that it always was and still is. Say, only my own condemnation injures me. To help you to do that, pull the lower stomach into the spine, expel the last remaining air out. And just rest here for a few moments in peace, stillness. Maybe notice a sense of release, of freedom. There's peace in here. There's what you might call happiness. It's not happy because of something in the world happening. It's just an underlying awareness that arises when you let go of your attachment to what's happening in the world. So breathing in again. Nice deep slow inhale into your stomach, blowing it up like a balloon. Imagine you're not just breathing air, but light into your stomach, filling it up with like a light-filled balloon. Second phase of your breath into your heart center, just drawing it up the spine as you clench your sphincter muscle to lock it in and draw it up the spine into your heart center, this column of golden or white light flowing all the way up the spine with the breath into the crown of your head. Feel that warm tingling sensation up your spine. Take another sip of air at the top. Remind yourself that only my condemnation injures me in this or any situation. And again, just notice any thoughts, any emotions going on there that are condemnatory, where there's definitely a darkness, there's a contraction, there's a sense that you actually want to attack someone and hurt them. So that's all condemnation is attack. But it's really just condemning yourself, because who's feeling that feeling right now? You are. So you're really just condemning yourself and keeping your mind away from love and peace and joy, which is all the ego is ever trying to do. So on the truth of that, exhale. Just blowing it all out, blowing it all away, like, imagine it's like a dark cloud just drifting by. There's no power to obscure the sun, which is your source, or the eternal sky, which is your awareness of the source. Just let it all go. The breath, and sink in to this deeper part of your mind, beyond condemnation, beyond judgment, lies the truth of who you really are. You can get a little glimpse of that in these little gaps between breaths, and you're saving much time. Time is only there as long as we are confused about who we really are. And so breathing in again, and just step back, watch your breath, noticing the subtle sensations of the breath, stomach rising, the chest rising. Keep your hand on your heart center, feel that warm tingling sensation of your hand pressing to your heart. Clench the sphincter muscle, raise the energy up the spine. Notice the air flowing into the nostrils. Pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Connect with this deep peace beyond any judgment. These little gaps between breaths, and then you just sigh it all out as you exhale. And the airflow out of your nostrils. Like a sighing sound in the back of your throat as though you're fogging sunglasses, but you keep your mouth closed. And energy subsides back down front channel of your body. Sigh it all out. Coming to rest, stillness and silence at the bottom of the exhale. And then breathe in again, nice deep slow inhale. Imagine you breathing in light into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, and every corner of your mind. And you intensify the light briefly in the gap between breaths, smile. So you feel that light rising in you, spreading to every part of your mind. There is no part of your mind that is not in the light. And then as you exhale, sigh it all out and imagine extending the light outwards. The light is healing and blessing rather than condemning. So imagine extending it to this personal people who maybe came up when you were scanning your mind. Sending light and love, peace to them. Wishing them only well. And doing that, you wish yourself only well. So just keep watching your breath, breathing nice, deep, slow inhales and exhales. Breathing in the light, intensifying it, holding it as you hold the breath briefly. And imagine extending it as you exhale to not just these people you're thinking of, but all your friends, family, acquaintances, anyone you know, and everyone you don't know. That's the entire human race. All living creatures on this planet are really in the light. And you can perceive that now. You can connect with that now. So just keep breathing in and out the light, stepping back, watching your breath, creating a nice, light, clear, calm, empty, open, but aware state of mind into which you're going to allow these words. I'm going to read you from Workbook Lesson 198 of A Course in Miracles. Just allow them to drop in to this very still, calm, empty place. Don't judge them or label them and try and interpret them intellectually. Resist them, none of that. Just allow them in. Drop everything, just allow them to penetrate deeper into your mind, into your subconscious, your heart, if you want to use that word. Keep one hand in your heart center while you do this. And so you can feel what these words are pointing to. That's really the idea. So you feel into these words. And you can start to feel the love and the peace, the joy that they point to. And the words are doing their work, because that's all they're there for. Intellectual understanding is not sufficient. So just listen differently. Listen not with your intellectual mind, but with this deeper mind, your heart, if you like. Just being very open, calm, clear, receptive. That's all you have to do. Let the ideas just sink into that receptive state, like pebbles dropping into a pond on a very still, calm, windless day. Because you're so calm and still, pebbles are going to be very noticeable. The ripple effects can be very noticeable, rippling all the way into the depths of your subconscious mind, which is where they needed to undo this deep-seated belief in condemnation. That is one of the very core programs of the ego. So just keep watching your breath, breathing in and out the light, keeping your mind nice and calm and clear and empty, open and aware by focusing all your attention on the breath, and then allow these words just to drop into that open space you've created. So let's hear what Jesus has to say about this key idea for today. Only my condemnation injures me. So he starts off by saying, injury is impossible, and yet illusion makes illusion. If you can condemn, you can be injured, for you have believed that you can injure, and the right you have established for yourself can be now used against you, till you lay it down as valueless, unwanted, and unreal. Then does illusion cease to have effects, and those it seemed to have will be undone. Then are you free, for freedom is your gift, and you can now receive the gift you gave. So as you exhale, just have a sense of letting go into that freedom. Sighing it all out. Illusion ceases to have effects. Those it seemed to have will be undone. Just blow it all out with your breath. Sink into the freedom, which is the same as peace, love, joy. These words are just pointers to an inner state in which there's no condemnation, there's no judgment, there's none of that constricted, contracted, limiting, restricting, dark feeling. And that's all it is. It stops you from being aware of the light. So condemn and you are made a prisoner, says Jesus. Forgive and you are freed. Such is the law that rules perception. It is not a law that knowledge understands, for freedom is a part of knowledge. To condemn is thus impossible in truth. What seems to be its influence and its effects have not occurred at all. Yet must we deal with them a while as if they had. Illusion makes illusion, except one. Forgiveness is illusion that is answer to the rest. And just pause, reflect on that, smile, breathing in and out the light. Just feel a lightness coming over you, breathing it into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind, every fiber of your being. This idea that you can let go of anything. Any judgment, any condemnation, any scrap of fear, any darkness can be let go of, because forgiveness sweeps all other dreams away. And although it is itself a dream, it breeds no others. All illusions save this one must multiply 1,000-fold. But this is where illusions end. Forgiveness is the end of dreams, because it is a dream of waking. It is not itself the truth. Yet does it point to where the truth must be, and gives direction with the certainty of God Himself, or of love itself, is another way of saying that. Because God is love. God is this eternal, infinite, loving presence that is always available in our minds if we choose to perceive it, choose to allow it to come in. It is a dream in which the Son of God, the extension of love itself, awakens to His self, itself, capital Self, and to His Father, or His source, or creator, if you prefer those words, use them, knowing they are one. So feel a sense of that oneness as you just let go again. Sigh your breath out, and sinking into this understanding of oneness. Deeper and deeper with each breath, just letting the words and your breath take you into this very deep, still, calm, peaceful state of mind. So let's continue. Forgiveness is the only road that leads out of disaster, past all suffering, and finally away from death. How could there be another way when this one is the plan of God Himself, the plan of love itself? And why would you oppose it? Quarrel with it, seek to find 1,000 ways in which it must be wrong, 1,000 other possibilities. So just pause, watch your breath, breathing in and out. Nice deep slow breaths, in and out the light. As you do that, just notice how the mind wants to somehow find something else other than forgiveness, anything else. Solutions on the level of form. But Jesus is saying very clearly that there is only one way. How could there be another way when this one is the plan of God Himself? There is no other way than this forgiveness or letting go of your illusions, your judgments about your illusions, condemnation. So all the judgment and condemnation do is make them real. Is it not wiser to be glad you hold the answer to your problems in your hand? Is it not more intelligent to thank the one who gives salvation and accept His gift with gratitude? And is it not a kindness to yourself to hear His voice and learn simple lessons He would teach, instead of trying to dismiss His words and substitute your own in place of His? His words will work. His words will save. His words contain all hope, all blessing, and all joy that ever can be found upon this earth. His words are born in God, in love, and come to you with heaven's love upon them. Those who hear His words have heard the song of heaven, for these are the words in which all merge as one at last. And as this one will fade away, the word of God will come to take its place, for it will be remembered then and loved. And a smile, breathing in and out. And this world has many seeming separate haunts where mercy has no meaning, attack appears as justified. Yet all are one, a place where death is offered to God's Son and to His Father. You may think they have accepted, but if you will look again upon the place where you beheld their blood, you will perceive a miracle instead. How foolish to believe that they could die. How foolish to believe you can attack. How mad to think that you could be condemned, and that the Holy Son of God, the holy extension of love itself, can die. It's a mad idea. Condemnation is an insane idea. That is attack of any sort. So keep watching your breath, sinking in, just going deeper and deeper with each breath into the stillness of yourself, capital Self, which remains unmoved, untouched by thoughts like these, and unaware of any condemnation which could need forgiveness. Dreams of any kind are strange and alien to the truth. And what but truth could have a thought which builds a bridge to it that brings illusions to the other side? What indeed? Pause, reflect on that, smile, breathe. Take a nice deep breath in to prepare for our practice. Today's lesson, breathing in. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Imagine you breathing not just air but light into your stomach, blowing your stomach up like a light-filled balloon. Breathing into the heart center, keeping one hand over your heart. Imagine drawing this light, beautiful golden or white light, up the spine. Clench the sphincter muscle to lock the light in. Feel it flowing up the spine like a column of golden or white light. Feel it flowing into your heart center, this nice warm, tingling sensation, flooding in along with the light into your heart center, expanding it. And then into your third eye, the crown of your head, as you draw this energy all the way up the spine. So your whole body and every corner of your mind is encompassed in the light. So practice now letting freedom come to make its home with you. Truth bestows these words upon your mind, that you may find the key to light and let the darkness end. Say to yourself, as you breathe in again to top yourself up, intensifying the light as you do that. Only my condemnation injures me, and only my own forgiveness sets me free. So do not forget today that there can be no form of suffering that fails to hide an unforgiving thought. Nor can there be a form of pain forgiveness cannot heal. So as you exhale, you're just going to accept the one illusion which proclaims there is no condemnation in God's Son, in love's extension. Blow all that out like a black smoke out of your mouth. Letting go of the idea that condemnation is possible, real, or desirable in any way. And then heaven is remembered instantly. So pull the lower stomach into the spine to completely empty of this darkness and just sink into the light, where you forget the world and all its weird beliefs. Along with it as the face of Christ appears unveiled at last in this one dream. The face of Christ is your higher self. As you find happiness and peace and love in your mind, then you know that Christ is there. This is your higher self that knows only those things, that knows that only these are truly real. This is the gift the Holy Spirit holds out for you from God your Father, who love your source. Let today be celebrated, both on earth and in your home as well. Be kind to both as you forgive the trespasses you thought them guilty of, and see your innocence shining upon you from the face of Christ. So just breathe in the shining light of your own innocence, breathing it into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind, every fiber of your being, filled up with this Christ presence. And now is there silence all around the world. Now is there stillness where before there was a frantic rush of thoughts that made no sense. Now is there tranquil light across the face of earth, made quiet in a dreamless sleep. And now the word of God alone remains upon it. The word of love alone remains upon the world. We get a little glimpse of that state now. Only that can be perceived an instant longer. And our symbols done, and everything you ever thought you made completely vanished from the mind that God or love forever knows to be His only Son. And so exhale. Just have a sense of letting go of any blocks to that light and sinking into the light. Tranquil light. Feel it in your mind, see it in your mind, this beautiful golden or white light. There's nowhere the light is not. It's enveloping you, it's encompassing you totally. And feel it in your heart, a nice, warm, happy, comforting feeling in your heart. Where there is no condemnation. There's no condemnation in this Christ presence. He is perfect in his holiness. He needs no thoughts of mercy. Who could give him gifts when everything is his? And who could dream of offering forgiveness to the Son of sinlessness itself, so like to him whose Son he is, that to behold the Son is to perceive no more, and only know the Father. And a smile, sink into this knowledge in your mind, knowing your source, the love, the peace, the joy that are in your mind, just waiting for you to become aware of them. And in this vision of the Son, so brief that not an instant stands between this single sight and timelessness itself, you see the vision of yourself, and then you disappear forever into God, into this eternal, infinite, loving presence, the light. So just do that for a couple of minutes. There's nowhere else to go, there's nothing else to do. Just sink into the love and the light that you truly are. Disappear. Let yourself go completely. There's no sense of a separate self. It can go with you into the light, the eternal love of heaven. So let all those idle thoughts go. Just release them. Sink into the silence where you disappear into the heart of God or love for the next 2 minutes. And so just gently coming back into an awareness of your body and the breath and the world on the count of 3. So 1, just breathing in, noticing the stomach rising, the chest rising, subtle flow of air into the nostrils. Feeling the life energy rising up the spine into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Connect with the deep peace and stillness that is still there, even though you're coming back into awareness of your sense perceptions. That ground of being is still very much there. Notice that. Exhale, sigh it all out. And the air flow out of your nostrils, the chest and the stomach suck back in. Energy subsides back down the front channel of your body into your lower stomach. And just resting there for a few moments, smile. And then breathing in again. Just notice maybe there's weight in your body pressing down into the chair, feet touching the ground. Notice what else you're feeling and touching with your body, with your hands. Maybe there's a subtle flow of air on your skin. As you breathe in, notice maybe there's subtle smell in your nose, a slight taste in your mouth. Notice what you're hearing in the surrounding environment. Just allowing whatever sounds to arise and then to subside with no judgment. So there's no need to name them or label them or judge them in any way. Just allow them to be as they are with no mental interpretation. So you're practicing non-judgment and therefore non-condemnation. So all condemnation involves judgment of some sort. Just these very ordinary, seemingly ordinary objects that surround us. And 3, do the same thing as you open your eyes, look around, just notice whatever's around you in the surrounding environment. Then your eyes rest briefly on an object for a couple of seconds and then move on to something else. And then on to something else, just very casually, very calm, detached way. Don't judge anything or name it or label it. Start to see then that it doesn't matter what you perceive with your body's eyes. What matters is the mental interpretation that you give to these things, and that's where judgment comes in. If you simply don't do that, then it's naturally a sense of peace that arises, and you can anchor that peace in and stay in that peace for the rest of the evening. So I hope this meditation has helped you to do that, and if you need some extra help and you're in the Art of Letting Go community, just use the shorter recording that I sent you earlier today to help top you up just a few minutes, especially if you notice anything that's judgmental, condemnatory coming in. And thank you for listening. Hope you have a very peaceful and flowing evening ahead. Namaste, which means the divine love and peace in me honors and acknowledges that same love and peace in you. If you're out there on YouTube, do join me on Thursday night at 8 o'clock for a masterclass on the Art of Letting Go, in which I'll be talking a lot more detail about this program I've put together. There's a 6-week course and a 1-year program, which will guide you through the entire Course in Miracles workbook. Very facilitated and guided way. You'll have access to these live meditations and recordings and a lot more. So just go to theaolg.com to check that out and register. Join me Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. And I'll be streaming that live on YouTube, so you can subscribe to the channel if you'd prefer to just watch it on YouTube. Thanks again for listening, and bye-bye. Have a very flowing evening.